Kolbrin Bible, Book 6, Book of Morals and Precepts. Chapter 29, Cheerfulness. Much of the book is to develop your moral code. Avoid using it to judge others. NPR 29:9. Sorrow and tribulations are the lot of all men, but their burdens is lightened if carried with cheerfulness. It is well to think when calamity befalls, is it wholly a thing of evil? Is it altogether without purpose? NPR 29:10. The despondent heart invites the entry of cowardice and meanness. It permits that which is base to enter. The heart that is cheerful has no accommodation for such things. NPR 29:11. Be not misled by the mask of piety when it hides the sad heart of the melancholy man. The face of the truly good, like the countenance of the wise, shines with the reflected light of the joyful soul within. The greatest sorrow and the most overwhelming misfortune cannot douse its brilliance. NPR 29:12. In the midst of affliction and sorrow, the things which once filled the heart with gladness do not all depart. Why, then, should these be offered as a sacrifice at the altar of sadness? Is this not exalting sadness far above its station? Is not such a sacrifice futile and unproductive of good? NPR 29:13. Never do worry and sadness ease the burden of sorrow or alter the force of circumstances. It is cheerfulness, patience, and fortitude that lighten the burden and soften the blow. NPR 29:14. Like the miser with his hoarded gold, the sad man hugs his misery in solitude. He cannot bear to let it depart from him. It has filled his life. He has no friends. All have fled and left him to the enjoyment of his own precious sorrow. NPR 29:18. Accept cheerfully that which cannot be altered by sadness. Thus, its burden will be lightened. The sun shines brighter for the cheerful man. NPR 29:19. Only one sorrow is truly worthy of sympathy. Only one sorrow deeply stirs the heart. Only one sorrow is magnificent in its depth, and only one sorrow is really genuine. That is the sorrow of the cheerful heart. NPR 29:22. The law is unchangeable and unchallengeable, and none but a fool rants against that which cannot be altered. Man will never find contentment until he learns to accept the law as it has been established. It governs the whole earth and his life. To live in harmony with it is to live in peace. NPR 29:23. If in your weakness and waywardness you find the burden of the law intolerable, all your lamentations and wailing will not ease the load. It will do nothing but add to your distress. The law concedes nothing to the weakness of man. NPR 29:24. The nature of man is such that it accords with the law, and therefore it is unnatural to rebel against it. Thus man can achieve nothing. He achieves nothing except the stirring up of strife within himself. Is it not better to live in peace with the natural state of affairs than to tear yourself asunder by futile rebellion? NPR 29:25. It is not in your nature to suffer the blows of misfortune without being hurt, but it is within your nature and your duty to stand up to them like a man. Too often we forget that while those that hurt us might have failed the test God set them, it does not change the fact we have a path to follow. God gave all of us free will, and that means we can change the outcome. So those that God places in your life might be testing them as well as you. They might fail. It does not mean you have to. Will you focus only on the past and blame everything in the future on that past? Or will you understand every moment after adulthood When society allows you full control of your choices, you should see your life getting better. If you do not, then you have no one to blame but yourself. Even the pain inflicted on you could strengthen you or break you, but only you can decide how stubbornly afraid you are to own your own actions. Let them own the past. You own the future.